What's up, everyone? It's the Chaplain here coming to you with Russia Turn 2. We're playing Operation Ikarus. This is me and my buddy Detroit going at it with a little bit of Axis and Allies Global 1940 BBR by Sired Blood. He had a very productive Germany 2. Although he's made some interesting moves as far as his money is concerned. I'm not really sure why he's not spending it. That's probably the point. He's probably trying to keep me guessing. He did knock out my UK fleet in 110. He tried to get my fleet in 99, but I got rid of his attacking planes. I took out 3 planes, and all I lost was a carrier, so I came out on top of that one. I did not fare so well in 110. The dude destroyed me. I had 0 hits in return fire. Those poor little Frenchmen that had boarded the UK transport in hopes of arriving in London. That is no more. They are now at the bottom of the sea. It's a horrible French accent. I'm sorry if I offended you. Anyway, we are in for an interesting Russia 2. We are not yet at war, and so there's really not a lot to do, but I think that you will be perplexed, as was I, while planning this. Let's get to it. All right, everyone. It is Russia 2, like I said. We have 37 IPCs to spend, and I thought, what better way to spend 37 Russian IPCs during peacetime than to purchase an aircraft carrier with a fighter and a tactical bomber. I'm just kidding, guys. That's completely stupid. Are you kidding me? Here's what we're really purchasing. 2 tanks for 12, and then with 25, that's 7 infantry and an artillery. This was dumb. I was just being silly. All right. So, anyway, that's that. That's my purchase. That's all 37. Since we're not at war, I don't collect NOs, so if you just see me dump units here and then grab cash, that's what I'm doing. I'm going ahead and collecting my 37 because nothing is changing. All right? Cool? Kosher? All right, let's move on. There really isn't going to be too much movement, but there is going to be a little amount of discussion. So those units there in Buryatia are not changing. Those guys are drunk on so much vodka, they can't stand to move. So nothing is happening there. Over here, however, we do have a little bit of a different story. So the Germans have a beautiful stack, and honestly, I just need to go talk to Rich at Combat Miniatures and see about getting one of those nice German task force markers, right? Because I hate chips. But Detroit has 13 infantry. He's got 8 armor. He's got 5 artillery and 3 AAA. So I just had to chip it up. I even put it on one of my little acrylic clear task force markers that I made myself, just because I can't not, right? It's a flippin' mess, okay? So I'm not really worried about him assaulting Ukraine, but I thought about abandoning Ukraine and making him march in there. Well, his tanks could blitz in there, and he's not going to separate his tanks from his infantry, right? He needs that proverbial meat shield. So I'm not going to do that. Instead, since we're not at war, no combat moves, here are some non-combat moves for the Russians. The infantry and artillery in Stalingrad are going to rail up into Ukraine. Okay? The tank in Mother Russia is going to come down to Ukraine, as is the tactical bomber, which you saw at the top of your screen there, etc. down here. In western Ukraine, I'm going to bring the tank, mechanized, 3 infantry, and artillery down into Ukraine. Bob, what are you doing? You're making pockets of resistance? What absolutely are you thinking? You know, I, like Stalin, am not thinking in this moment of anything other than we must stop the Germans. He hasn't spent a lot of money. This is his front line, okay? Okay? I'm not too scared. He did mention fear in his last video. The Brits were afraid to scramble. If you couldn't see, obviously, I went with my hands. Okay. Infantry and AAA up into Archangel because there's no point. Oh, shoot, dang. Because there's no point in putting them anywhere else. And then the 6th Infantry and armor and mechanized are going to move up into Leningrad. So, probably should chip this out, but it's going to be a heck of a lot more fun for me to do a disposition of my forces this way and ship it out later because I like to annoy people, right? That's kind of my thing, okay? So if you hang out with me and you're not annoyed, you're kind of a special person, and that's awesome. So here is the disposition of forces after I place my new units, right? Ooh, goody. I love placing new units. Up here in Novgorod, or Leningrad as it's more affectionately known, there's going to be an artillery, an infantry, and a tank placed. Down in the Ukraine, I'm going to place 2 infantry and a tank. And then in Moscow, Mother Russia, I've always found it interesting that Russia is the motherland, okay? Mother Russia. And Germany is the fatherland. What kind of people did they make? Really curious as to that. Also, if people in Poland are called Poles, how come people from Holland aren't called Holes? Any hooser. Yeah, that's it. Place my units. I already collected my 37. Voila, or Viola as it's more commonly referred. Description of forces: 2 AAA, 1 artillery, 18 infantry in Bryatia. In Moscow, 4 infantry. In Caucasus, 2 infantry. Hopping over to the sea zones, I've got a sub in 115, a cruiser in 114, a sub in 125. Down here in Ukraine, there's 1, 2, 3 tanks, 1 mechanized, 2 artillery, a strategic, and a AAA. Then we also have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 infantry. Okay? So, clean this up a little bit. Cannot drink too much vodka on job, comrade. Will not be good. Stalin will be mad. Okay. Then, over here, in Leningrad. These are an Archangel, so I'm going to put them way up high. Infantry and AAA and Archangel, okay, way up high. Put my armor on the table. I see 1, 2 tanks, a mechanized. All right, and then I see 1, 2, 3 artillery. Yep, okay. 2 fighters, 1, 2, and a tactical. 1, 2 AAAs, and then let's count the infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 infantry. Seems like Leningrad is a bit more stacked than Ukraine. We'll see how that plays out in my favor or not. He is poised to strike in the south, so I don't know. It's just a game. We'll see what happens. I've never claimed to be good at this game, for the record. Never, ever, ever in my life have I claimed to be good at this game. So there you go. That's Russia turn 2. So like I've said, I've never, ever claimed to be good at this game. In fact, the European theater is quite possibly my weakest theater of play. And I'm not saying that to throw Detroit off. You can ask anybody that's seen me play. My partner at BB3 Corpo, you can ask Lieutenant Dan, who's played me twice. Once as the Axis, one as the Allies. It is my weakest theater of play. So I got some work to do. Don't mind the light above me that's not on. This is the light that matters. This one here. Boop, boop, boop. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching Russia 2. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow the playlist. I'm the chaplain. I'll be praying for you.